My reading of the whole Big Brother situation was she was a sacrificial offering. And so that when in April, when everything had gone and her career was at rock bottom, and she came to me and said, will you look after me, I was happy to. I suppose I felt I knew her well enough to know that she was far more sinned against than sinner. So I started to try to rebuild her career. Then she was diagnosed with cervical cancer in August. I mean, what happened was she was having, and started to tell me about problems she was having, and I then introduced her to my doctor and paid her medical bills because she couldn't afford my doctor, and they did tests, and it was quickly established that she had cervical cancer, something which they, in my opinion, and my doctor, had been there for a long, long time, but had been missed by her local hospital for a long, long time. Then it was really a question of making things as good as possible for her, and getting the right medical people around, getting all that in place, hoping that they would have caught it in time and been able to turn it around. And that's what happened. At the same time, we went public. One, because Jade wanted to. Two, because journalists were saying this is a publicity stunt. Three, because again, because of involvement with various charities, I was aware of the problems with cervical cancer and the fact that a lot of people aren't being screened, and so we got busy with that, which again she found incredibly satisfying, as I did. We found out just a few weeks ago that it had spread. We knew that before things were bad, and she had a 50-50, 40-60 chance of, and then it just went from bad to worse from that point of view.
And you think the marriage, the wedding, can be a genuinely genuine event?
No, you're talking about Jade Goody. It might not be a genuine event for you, or for you, but for her it's extremely real, and it's probably the one thing she's focusing on now that kind of gives her an awful lot of pleasure.
Yeah.
And it's also wonderful for me to make an awful lot of money out of the media that's making an awful lot of money out of her. It's trying to do what I can to control it in such a way as a wedding will be the way that she wants it, without stop, start, picture, stop, start. Yes, it was money. Yes, it was about trying to make it as good as possible, knowing that when she actually sees it in the magazine, she's going to love the results.
And she's driving the whole thing, really. You're just facilitating.
Absolutely right. She, and that's great, and that's the best thing for her.
Because it keeps her occupied, and
it keeps her focused on something that she's got to look forward to. And then there will be the christening, and then I'm going to have to create something for her to look forward to.
So she won't, as it would, die in the public eye?
No. Well, not if I have anything to do with it, no.
Yeah.
No way. I mean, it's you're very, in my view, very close to the end in terms of what we're going to do media-wise.
Yeah.
She wants to do maybe a one-off with Piers for ITV. She's known Piers for a while.
An interview.
And that would be like the definitive interview. She's done this thing. Living TV finishes after Sunday. So there might be one, there might be the christening, there might be, but hopefully weeks or months, that's it.
Has she become a friend as well as a client?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously we talk a lot. And I was diagnosed with cancer myself 18 months ago. My wife died of cancer 6 years ago. Ironically, also.
And you're working with Marsden, you've seen a lot of...
40 years I've been involved with the Marsden. The children's leukemia unit, but Liz died 6 years ago there. But I've been involved with that particular hospital, also helping to keep.
And her anger was very real, wasn't it, when she spoke about how angry she was about being ill?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. She's a young woman who was looking forward to love's life, and suddenly, the two little boys, and I suppose that also the fact that this could have so easily been avoided.